Jorge, you ready to go into the news?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. It's brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. I know Jorge loves Eagle Mortgage. He's been a client there. Holly Schneiderwin and her team do such a great job. Doesn't matter whether you're going to do the conventional, the VA, or the FHA loan. They'll take good care of you. You can find them in person at 114th and Davenport or online at eaglemortgagecompany.com. All right, first story. Jorge, a local developer, plans to construct a 5-story mixed-use building, primarily apartments, but a little bit of commercial space, right at 38th Avenue and Dodge. For those of you who are trying to picture, 38th Avenue and Dodge, there's a Taco Bell on the west side of that street, 38th Avenue.
Yep.
This would be on the east side. Got to tear down 3 single-family houses, but we're talking 5 stories here. And this is another example of density along the orbit line.
Yes. Actually, I know the developer, a good friend of mine, and I think they are, going to be in front of the TIF committee here shortly, which means planning board follows right after that. So I'm eager to see the project continue to go through.
And Jorge is on the planning board, so you'll be taking a look at that very closely and very
I'll put
personally.
my personal stamp on it.
Who's the developer?
I know one of the partners, and I'm not sure if it's I don't know what the actual development entity is going to be. So I guess I
can tell you that. They
say.
call it Skylark.
Okay,
LLC.
so it's a different. So they've kind of formed something different for that than I guess. But this is a multifamily owner developer that I know that
has done
I've
a lot
with
of
in
other
the
stuff.
past. Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of cool. All right. Well, Nebraska is stepping up its efforts to recruit talent. And this was reported all over the media Monday and Tuesday. That's when Governor Ricketts announced this new campaign. It's called, where'd it go? Oh, The Good Life is Calling is the name of it. And it's an investment of about $10 million, and it's going to go into marketing. And the idea is to help recruit people to Nebraska. In many cases, they'll be talking to former Nebraskans, but not necessarily. And the primary focus is a 500-mile radius of the state capital. So we're talking Kansas City, Minneapolis, Chicago, Denver, actually being funded by CARES money that the state received. But Jorge, I see this as a good thing because we have this very well-documented people shortage. Not only do we have the lowest unemployment rate in the nation, we currently have the lowest unemployment rate in the nation's history.
Right
now.
We've been saying this for a long time. I think even prior to COVID, we were saying we need to take advantage of the fact that people are starting to migrate towards our market in the Midwest in general from these big cities. It's becoming unsustainable to live there. Jobs are coming. People are coming. Let's just take advantage of it. So I think this is maybe it's not long overdue, but I'm glad it's happening now. I think it's a smart thing. I don't know if it's not for everyone caught on. Maybe this is like a refresh for that. What do you see? Do you see that as almost like a refresh from that branding exercise that we had a few years ago?
I personally hated It's Not For Everyone, even though the state isn't for everyone. Now, and of course, in fairness, that was more of a tourism play.
Yeah, of course.
But I thought it was one of the stupidest things I'd ever seen.
I think it worked more to criticize our state than it did to help our state in a lot of ways. But.
And I get why the marketing firm recommended it and presumably cashed a big check for that. But I thought it was just a hideous decision. You don't reinforce a negative. And again, it was more of a tourism play. They were trying to do the tongue-in-cheek, kind of being a little, playfully irreverent or that sort of thing. But from a talent recruitment perspective, an economic development recruitment perspective, dumb. This one I like.
Yeah, I like this one. And at the end of the day, it can't get worse than South Dakota's drug campaign, Meth, We're All On It.
Is that a real thing?
I'm pretty sure that's a real thing.
Oh, when I think of South Dakota, I always think of great places, great spaces, South Dakota.
Much love to South Dakota, but I think this was like an awareness campaign that just got kind of out of control.
That's pretty funny. Especially
I guess it worked. I don't know.
South Dakota has great tourism attractions, but it's easy to think of South Dakota as a tourist trap because when you drive on their freeways, everything is like, wall drug or casinos and a gas station and that sort of thing. A lot of billboards along the highway.
I haven't been since I was a little kid, and Lion King, the soundtrack, was on CD at the time.
So you listened to it while you're going through South Dakota?
That's all my parents talk about. So we were like constantly like playing that in the car every 5 seconds.
But
I had a good time.
South Dakota actually does a lot of things right. So, and I'm up there probably, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times a year because my wife's family has a big presence.
I've been wanting to go. It's a beautiful state.
We did it in May of 2020 during the pandemic when everything started to kind of open and we were all stir crazy. We went up to the Black Hills and the Badlands, had a blast. We just did a 2-nighter up there.
Nice.
Had an absolute blast. So yeah, it is a
So
nice
the good life
getaway.
is calling. That's the thing. That's our new tagline.
The good life. Well, at least it is for this effort.
Okay. I like it, and I really do.
My guess is a lot of the advertising will probably be digital, so it'll be highly targeted to people that show tendencies of being from Nebraska or having affection for the place. We got to get them to come home.
We're going to need people. We're going to need people because we got employers coming.
Oh my God! And I mean, you think about what's going to happen when the Med Center starts installing these 8,700 new jobs that are planned. You drive around. We document this very well on Grow Omaha. I've never seen more construction projects in Omaha, whether you're talking urban or on the suburban frontier. That means there has to be a lot of people.
It's insane. It's insane. I don't even like taking I-80 anymore. It's crazy.
At certain times of day, it's pretty rough, and that's saying something when you consider there's still a substantial portion of the working population that's work from home still.
I know.
Think about what it would be like if everyone was standard practice 2019 work style.
One can only hope.
One can only hope. Someday it'll be there. All right, a couple other quick things we want to share with you. Speaking of that topic, Nebraska has nearly 2 jobs open for every unemployed person. The state has 1.8 unfilled jobs per unemployed person. That's the number 2 highest rate in the country, behind only Washington, D.C., according to Career Cloud. The other top 10 states that are from our region, South Dakota and North Dakota, which are 6th and 9th. And then other piece of news, Omaha-based Intrado Corporation, which is formerly known as West Corporation, has sold its 2-building Miracle Hills Corporate Center to Lockwood Development, which is an Omaha-based real estate development firm. Well, they did the 132nd and Pacific Sterling Ridge project, and they are the co-developer for Crossroads, $500 million project there. So, and these are sizable buildings. One is 149,000 feet. The other one is almost 98,000 square feet. And looks like, I think Intrado is they're going to continue to occupy one of them, but it looks like they're looking for several tenants to occupy the other building.
This push for office acquisition from Lockwood has been really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
There's more, that I've heard, that we've seen. It'll be cool to see what their strategy is moving forward.
Yeah, that will be interesting because they are buying up office space when a lot of other developers would be nervous about that.
I mean, that's always, people always look back and say, hey, I bought this stuff when nobody wanted it. So we'll see if it works out.
I think it will. I think Chip James, head of Lockwood Development, who we've had on the show before and plays a very important role in Omaha's growth and development. Smart guy. Yeah. And smart people that he works with. I think they're onto something.
And he knows how to pull capital, and he knows how to, get people excited about investing in real estate in our city, which is a great talent to have.
Well, one last thing before we break here on the news. We always like to report some real estate news that CoStar give us. CoStar is a real estate analytics company and kind of a real estate journalism company. And we've got some CoStar data on Omaha's red-hot industrial real estate market. By the way, you might find this interesting. There's a total of 96 million square feet of industrial space in Omaha. And of that, only 3.1% is vacant. Jorge, that's like basically no vacancy.
It's funny because this has been the trend even prior to COVID in Omaha. We've been around that 3% or under for many years. And there's just certain types of industrial that just doesn't exist. I mean, every single week, multiple times a week, I'm on the phone with clients regarding industrial investments or working industrial deals right now. So it doesn't surprise me.
CoStar also reports that while there are 96 million total square feet of industrial space in Omaha, 5.7, so which would represent more than 6% of the total space, currently 5.7 million square feet of industrial real estate is currently under construction.
Yep.
That's a hell of a number. That's a hell of a number.
Can't find land fast enough.
Yeah, and the market is occupying nearly 2 million more square feet of industrial space than it was at this time last year. So that will continue to grow. I don't see that slowing down anytime soon.
No, it's not. I mean, and the reality is that the warehouse and distribution activity has not slowed down at all. And if anything, it's just consistently increasing. So we're going to see it more and more. And with the presence of Amazon and all these other big users in the area, I mean, it's only going to get better.
And that is your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com. If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.